welcome back. Well, today is Sunday the 24th. The week has absolutely flown by, and I suppose we haven't really been up to a great deal at all today. We've just been relaxing. I've been spending quite a lot of time with Maxwell today, just spending some quality time with Max because you get so busy with after school activities and of course very busy when the kids are at school and with work, and it's very hard to find time. And sometimes I think you really just have to put the time aside and really make a special effort to spend time with your children, because they really are very important. And of course the time that you spend with them is something that they will cherish for a very long time. So I've just been hanging around with Maxwell. We haven't done a great deal today. Some more jumping on the trampoline. We've been reading some books and watching some movies and just sort of hanging about at home. And I have Maxwell here.
Hello.
And what have you been doing, Maxwell?
Reading Alice in Wonderland.
Alice in Wonderland. Well, you know what? Mums and dads, I was just saying to Maxwell not so long ago, we're actually talking about our favourite books. And I know that I mention my favourite books quite often, but Alice in Wonderland really is a favourite one of mine. And actually I was saying to Max, when I was a little girl, and sometimes, I'd get quite upset about things when I was little, and, childhood wasn't always that great a lot of the time for me. And when I was feeling particularly down and particularly upset, I actually used to go looking for that rabbit hole. I would wander about and I was convinced that the rabbit hole existed, and I would go looking for that rabbit hole because I wanted to escape all my problems and jump down that rabbit hole and go down to Wonderland. And how marvellous that would be if there was such a place as Wonderland. So it is a special book of mine, and one that I love and treasure very much. Do you ever feel like that, Maxwell? Do you ever feel like jumping down a rabbit hole when you feel sad sometimes? No? Well, it's probably a good thing. I think it's best if children do have problems going on at school or things that they're worried about, it's always best to let mum and dad know, or a friend, or possibly a neighbour. It's good to have someone to talk to when you do feel like things are getting on top of you just a bit. Well, anyway, Alice in Wonderland, apart from all that stuff, it's a smashing book and one that I love very much. Well, as I was saying before, we've just been hanging around the house, not doing a great deal, just relaxing. It is Sunday after all. So I think what we'll do is we'll go inside, have a cup of tea, and then I think Max wants to have a swing on the tyre swing, on this beautiful tyre swing that we have hanging up in the tree in the garden. And then later on, we'll do our book review. See you soon. You're having fun in there, Maxwell.
Yes.
Oh, you've knocked the chair over. That's all right. Swinging away. Do you prefer to lie down on your tummy, or do you like to sit on top?
It hurts a bit, but it's alright.
Perhaps you need some padding or something there, although it looks like a lot of fun to me. And I did notice that you have two tyre swings. You've got another one just around the corner there, and this wonderful back garden to play in, which is simply marvellous. Trampoline and a swing set as well. Although I have to say, I do get a little bit tired of the summertime because it turns everything brown, which I don't like at all. Quite looking forward to the autumn and the winter when everything turns green again. Oh, you're going to hop on so I can push you. We're going to have to go in and see Stinky pretty soon because I get a bit worried. He has loose reins and he's wandering around by himself, although he was quite content playing with Lego. But after a while he gets bored. And what happens when Stinky gets bored, Maxwell? He starts misbehaving, that's right. When he's bored, he starts getting up to mischief. Although I have enjoyed spending this wonderful quality time with Maxwell. It has been wonderful playing with him for most of the morning. And I think it is good, mums and dads, just to put aside some time to really play with your kids, to talk with them, and just to sit on some quality time with them, whether it's reading books or just simply having a cuddle. It doesn't really matter what you do as long as you spend some time together. And I particularly like spending time with this cheeky monkey here. I'm just sneaking up on Maxwell here, this wonderful little summer house in the back garden. Oh, what a wonderful spot to do some reading, Maxwell. What are you reading, dear?
Alice in Wonderland.
Alice in Wonderland. Yes, that's a favourite one of mine, but we've talked about that before, haven't we? You're just having a bit of a relaxation there. What's your favourite part about Alice in Wonderland?
Everything is different than it is in real life.
Well, I think that's a very good reason. Yes, Wonderland does look rather marvellous indeed, I have to say. A very, very special book. Well, you finished on the tyre swing, so how about we go inside now and have a nice hot cup of tea? We were going to do that before, but you decided you wanted to do some reading. Are you ready to have a cup of tea now? All right, well, come on. Let's go and have a nice hot cup of tea. Yes, well, we have had a rather relaxing day, Stinky, I have to say. And I'm pleased that you didn't get up to any mischief while I was spending some time with Maxwell. It's good to spend time with Maxwell, yes it is, because as you know, we get very, very busy doing all our day-to-day things. So to have some one-on-one time is very good indeed. And we had lots of fun. Did you have fun building your Lego? You did? Oh, that's excellent. Well, I'll have a look at what you built a little bit later on. And you know what time it is for now, don't you? The book review! Yes, it is, of course. Hello, story adventurers, and you are just in time for the book review. Well, today's book review, or the book we will be reviewing, I should say, is called The Cat Wants Custard. And thank you, Stinky dear. Yes, The Cat Wants Custard. And this book is written by P. Crumble. Well, what can I say about The Cat Wants Custard? I suppose if you're a cat enthusiast, then it's a good book for you, I suppose, because it is, after all about a rather awful feline who will not eat anything else but custard. But to be quite frank with you, I found this book rather boring. I didn't like it at all. I suppose it could have been just a book without any sort of story at all, because really it is a non-story. Perhaps they could have just had the cat sort of whining about wanting custard, so no story, Stinky, and just the illustrations. Perhaps that's what they should have done. Why didn't I like it? Well, I just found it to be very disjointed. I have to say, it didn't have a nice sort of rhythm or flow, and I didn't like that at all. And it's just basically about a cat who is hinting to his owner that he wants custard. He sits in a bowl, or then he puts other things in his bowl, and I just found it very, very tedious indeed, and I didn't enjoy it at all. And as you know, perhaps I have very high standards, mums and dads, I don't know, when it comes to books, but I have to say I am finding lately that children's books are becoming so simple that there's just no story at all, and I'm finding them, I have to say, quite a chore to read. Now, these days, Stinky, to me, it seems to be all about the illustrations, and there doesn't seem to be much thought going on into the story at all. Now, I know illustrations are very important because, of course, they bring the story to life, and of course, with little ones, mum and dads, they're very, very visual indeed, so they need those illustrations to help tell the story. But I have to say, The Cat That Wants Custard, no, I'm very disappointed, and I don't like that book at all. As I said, I found it very disjointed. It didn't have a nice flow to it or a rhythm, and I found it very, very boring indeed. Was not impressed with The Cat That Wants Custard, I have to say. But of course, if you're a fan of that book, by all means, or if you've heard about it and want to purchase it, that is entirely up to you. But Stinky and I, what did you think of it, Stinky? You thought it wasn't too bad. Well, you're entitled to your opinion, Stinky, but I personally didn't like that story at all. No, I did not. So, the question remains, mums and dads and adventurers, shall I feed that book to Fiddlesticks the book bin? What do you think? You don't want me to? Well, I don't know. I'm feeling a little bit wicked, and I think Fiddlesticks is rather hungry, and I think we should feed him the book. Ah! You don't think we should? No, you agree with the poppets at home? Yes, well, too bad, so sad, I say, because the cat that wants custard is going to be fed to Fiddlesticks the book bin. Are you going to do the honours? You suppose you will? Oh, very well then. So in it goes. Fiddlesticks sticks the book bin. I can see you're very hungry indeed. And in goes the cat that wants custard. And good riddance, I have to say. Yes, good riddance, thank goodness. He's burping. Yes, he is burping. He swallowed that whole, didn't he? Yes, he did. Well, story adventurers, mums and dads, I hope you have enjoyed today's vlog. We had a lot of fun, although we haven't done a great deal. I hope you didn't find it too boring. I seem to spend a lot of time just hanging about with Maxwell, spending some quality time with him, which is very, very important. And I have to say, mums and dads, don't forget to do that. It's very, very easy to get caught up with work, after school activities, and all the busy things that happen in life. But don't forget that your children are the most important thing of all, I should say. Yes, I need a hot cup of tea. So don't forget to make time just for them. And as always, my dear ones, thank you for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. And we'll see you all next time.